Welcome, everyone. It's wonderful to have you here. Before we get started, would you let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from and the time of day it is for you? I love seeing how this space brings together people from across the globe. A heartfelt thank you as well to all who've subscribed and supported the channel. It helps me know what connects with you, and it helps others discover these calming moments too. And if inspiration strikes, please feel free to leave your ideas for future videos. With that said, let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding Genetic Influence on Behavior. The gene is often described as the master architect of life, intricately designing the tapestry of our existence. Imagine a delicate web, spun with care, each strand representing a different aspect of who we are. This web is woven from the DNA that resides within each cell of our bodies, carrying the blueprints of our traits, behaviors, and potentials. As we delve into the profound relationship between our genes and our behaviors, we begin to see how these microscopic units of heredity shape not only our physical forms, but also the very essence of our personalities and actions. Within this exploration lies the tension between genetic determinism and free will, a concept that has sparked debate among scientists and philosophers alike. Can our choices truly be our own, or are they preordained by our genetic makeup? Consider the idea that our instincts, reactions, and even our preferences are influenced by the silent whispers of our genes. This notion brings forth questions. To what extent are we shaped by our biology, and how much control do we really have over who we become? As we unravel these threads, we find that genes influence human behavior in a myriad of ways. For instance, certain genetic variants have been linked to predispositions toward anxiety, aggression, and even social behaviors. Imagine a shy individual, their quiet demeanor woven into their genetic fabric. Research has shown that variations in specific genes can affect neurotransmitter systems, which in turn influence mood and behavior. Such discoveries suggest that while we may strive for autonomy, the underlying currents of our genetic inheritance may guide us, often in subtle yet powerful ways. The role of evolution in shaping these instincts cannot be overstated. Over millennia, our ancestors faced myriad challenges that required adaptation for survival. The traits that helped them thrive were passed down through generations, molding not just their physical forms but their behaviors as well. Picture early humans in a harsh landscape, where swift reflexes and heightened social cooperation were essential for survival. Those who possessed these traits were more likely to endure and reproduce, passing along their advantageous genetic traits. This evolutionary dance has left us with an intricate blend of behaviors that echo the struggles and triumphs of our forebears. Key examples abound of genetic traits manifesting in various populations, illustrating how our genetic heritage can influence behavior. Take, for instance, the well-documented phenomenon of lactose tolerance in certain groups. In regions where dairy farming was prevalent, individuals who possessed the genetic mutation allowing them to digest lactose thrived, leading to a cultural relationship with dairy consumption that persists today. This genetic adaptation illustrates how behaviors, often viewed as choices, can be deeply rooted in our biological history. Similarly, consider the fascinating realm of social behaviors, where genetics play a pivotal role. The altruistic tendencies observed in some species can often be traced back to genetic factors. In the animal kingdom, cooperation is frequently a matter of survival, and those species that showcase strong social bonds tend to flourish. The famous ethologist Konrad Lorenz once noted, "The bond between individuals is the most powerful force in nature." His observations remind us that the social instincts we exhibit today may very well be echoes of our evolutionary past, imprinted upon our genes. But how do we reconcile these inherited behaviors with our own experiences and choices? The answer lies in the complexity of our genetic makeup, which interacts dynamically with our environments and experiences. Picture the interplay as a symphony, where each instrument contributes to the overall harmony, yet the music produced is unique to each performance. Our genes may provide the score, but how we interpret and play that score is influenced by the myriad of experiences we encounter throughout our lives. As we navigate this intricate landscape of genetic influence, we begin to see that understanding our genetic predispositions can empower us. By recognizing the subtle forces that shape our behaviors, we can make conscious choices that align with our true desires and aspirations. How might our lives change if we viewed our genetic inheritance not as a rigid script, but as a flexible guideline, allowing us to explore our potential while acknowledging the whispers of our ancestry? As we reflect on the vastness of human diversity, it becomes evident that genetic traits are not uniform. Populations around the globe exhibit a rich mosaic of behaviors influenced by their unique genetic histories. Take, for instance, the fascinating case of the Tsimane people of the Bolivian Amazon, who display remarkable cardiovascular health. Their genetic makeup, shaped by their environment and lifestyle, offers insights into the relationship between genetics and health behaviors. This example serves as a reminder of how our genetic narratives are intertwined with the ecosystems we inhabit. By embracing the complexity of our genetic heritage, we can foster a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. The stories embedded within our genes provide not only a glimpse into our past, but also a compass for navigating our future. As we delve deeper into the interplay between genetics and behavior, we begin to appreciate the intricate dance between nature and nurture, a dance that continues to evolve with each generation. In this exploration, we uncover not just the genetic threads that bind us, but also the profound questions of identity and agency. In a world increasingly shaped by our understanding of genetics, we have the opportunity to embrace our legacies while carving out our unique paths. The journey of understanding genetic influence on behavior is not just a scientific endeavor. It is a quest for self-discovery that invites us to reflect on the intricate tapestry of life that we are all a part of. As we journey through the landscape of genetic influence on behavior, we encounter a realm where evolution has meticulously sculpted our instincts. Imagine a time when early humans roamed the earth, relying on their innate instincts for survival in a world filled with both beauty and danger. In those moments, the genetic traits that guided them were not just useful, they were essential. The interplay between genetic predisposition and environmental pressures shaped behaviors that would ultimately define the species. Consider the concept of genetic predisposition, a term that describes the likelihood of developing certain traits or behaviors based on our genetic makeup. This predisposition is often the result of countless generations of evolution, where nature meticulously selected traits that enhance survival and reproductive success. As the renowned evolutionary biologist Theodosius Dobzhansky once said, "Nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution." Each instinctive behavior, whether it be the fight-or-flight response or the capacity for empathy, tells a story of adaptation and survival. Imagine standing in a lush forest, observing creatures that exhibit behaviors honed through generations. The swift deer, bounding through the underbrush, possess a genetic wiring that allows them to react swiftly to danger. This response is not merely a product of their environment, but a reflection of millennia of evolutionary pressures that selected for speed and agility. What would it feel like to embody such traits, to have a genetic code that whispers to you the secrets of survival? The human experience is similarly influenced by the subtle threads of genetics. Our capacity for social interaction, for forming bonds and communities, is deeply rooted in the genes that have been passed down through generations. Take, for example, the oxytocin receptor gene, which has been linked to social bonding and trust. Variations in this gene can influence how we connect with others, shaping our relationships and our place within societal structures. Does this mean we are merely puppets of our genetics? Or can we harness these predispositions to foster deeper connections with those around us? The fascinating interplay between genetics and behavior is further illuminated when we examine different populations across the globe. In some cultures, genes predispose individuals to certain behaviors that align with their environmental contexts. For instance, the Inuit people of the Arctic have developed unique genetic adaptations that allow them to thrive in extreme cold, influencing not only their physical traits, but also their cultural practices and social structures. Their ability to navigate the harsh climate is a testament to how evolution shapes not just biology, but also the very essence of community life. Consider the stories of those who have championed the understanding of genetics and behavior. Researchers like Robert Plumman have dedicated their lives to unraveling the intricate connections between our genes and our actions. Plumman's work emphasizes that while genetics lays the foundation, it is our experiences and environment that build the structure. We have a genetic influence on many aspects of our behavior, he notes, but the environment is crucial in shaping how those genes are expressed. This duality invites us to ponder: are we driven by our genes, or do we have the capacity to transcend them? The answer is not straightforward, as we exist in a complex web of interactions between inherited traits and lived experiences. Imagine standing at a crossroads, where one path leads to a life shaped by genetic predispositions, while the other is forged by choices and experiences. How do we navigate this landscape of influence? In the heart of this exploration lies the concept of instincts, those primal urges that guide our behaviors. These instincts, whether they manifest as the desire to nurture or the impulse to compete, are deeply rooted in our genetic foundation. The evolutionary biologist Konrad Lorenz emphasized the importance of these instincts, stating, "Instinct is the mother of all action." Our innate drives often push us toward behaviors that have historically conferred advantages, and understanding these instincts can illuminate the motivations behind our actions. As we reflect on our own lives, we might ask ourselves how much of our behavior is driven by instinct and how much is chosen. The dance between these elements is not fixed. It is fluid and ever-evolving. With each passing generation, as our environments change and our societies evolve, so too does our genetic expression. Let us consider the concept of epigenetics, which sheds light on how our environment can alter gene expression. Epigenetic mechanisms are like the switches that turn genes on or off, influenced by factors such as diet, stress, and lifestyle. Imagine a world where your choices and experiences could literally change how your genes function. This realization invites us to embrace a profound sense of agency over our lives, reinforcing the idea that while we may inherit certain traits, we are not bound by them. This interplay between genetics and environment also provides insight into how behaviors can vary even within the same family. Siblings may share the same genetic heritage, yet display strikingly different behaviors and preferences. How can this be? The answer lies in the complex tapestry of influences that shape each individual's experiences, reinforcing the notion that while genetics provide a blueprint, the environment paints the picture. As we explore this rich subject, it becomes apparent that understanding genetic influence on behavior is not merely an academic pursuit. It is a journey of self-discovery. Each revelation offers a deeper connection to our humanity, inviting us to reflect on the intricate threads that weave our individual stories. With every insight gained, we are reminded that our genetic legacy is not just a set of instructions, but a dynamic narrative, continuously shaped by the interplay of nature and nurture. In this grand exploration, as we delve into the genetic influences on behavior, we are met with the awe-inspiring realization that we are part of a larger story, one that encompasses the struggles, triumphs, and mysteries of our shared humanity. The stories of our ancestors echo through our genes, urging us to listen, learn, and ultimately, to grow. How will we respond to this call? The answer lies in our ability to embrace our past while forging our own paths into the future. As we navigate the intricate balance between our genetic heritage and the choices we make, it becomes clear that our understanding of behavior is not only enriched by science, but also by the philosophical inquiries it inspires. This journey leads us to consider the revolutionary ideas of Richard Dawkins, whose groundbreaking work in The Selfish Gene challenges us to rethink the role of genes in evolution. By presenting genes as the ultimate replicators, Dawkins invites us to explore the profound implications of this perspective, including the emergence of memes as cultural counterparts to genetic inheritance. In the next chapter, we will delve into Dawkins' theories and uncover how they reshape our understanding of inheritance and the very essence of what it means to be human. Chapter 2. Richard Dawkins and the Gene-Centric View. In the tapestry of our understanding of life, few threads are as captivating as those woven by Richard Dawkins. His groundbreaking work, particularly in The Selfish Gene, invites us to view the world through the lens of genetics, illuminating the intricate dance of evolution. Imagine, if you will, a vast ocean of genes, each one a tiny replicator, tirelessly working to ensure its own survival and propagation. Dawkins proposed that these genes, rather than the organisms they inhabit, are the true architects of evolution. They are the vessels of information that navigate through time, shaping the very essence of life. As we delve into Dawkins' theories, let us reflect on the profound implications of this gene-centric view. Genes in Dawkins' perspective are not merely biological units. They are the fundamental units of selection in the evolutionary process. This idea challenges the traditional perception of inheritance, which often centers on the individual organism as the primary player in the narrative of life. In this new paradigm, the organism becomes a temporary vessel, a way station for the relentless journey of genes. Dawkins eloquently expressed this notion, stating, "We are survival machines, robot vehicles blindly programmed to preserve the selfish molecules known as genes." The concept of genes as replicators offers a fascinating insight into evolution. In this context, a gene's success is measured not by the traits it produces, but by its ability to replicate itself across generations. This relentless quest for replication means that genes will shape behaviors and traits that enhance their own survival. Picture a vast landscape of organisms, each driven by the invisible hand of their genetic code, acting not solely for their own benefit, but for the benefit of the genes they carry. A mother bird feeding her chicks, for instance, is not merely acting out of love, but fulfilling a genetic imperative to ensure her genes continue into the next generation. Yet Dawkins did not stop at genes. He introduced the concept of memes, a term he coined to describe cultural replicators analogous to genes. Memes, like genes, are units of information, but instead of biological replication, they propagate through social and cultural means. Imagine ideas and behaviors as seeds carried on the winds of culture, taking root in the minds of individuals and spreading through societies. Dawkins noted, memes should be regarded as living structures, not just metaphorical genes, in a different medium. The relationship between genes and memes is a rich arena for exploration. Just as genes influence biological evolution, memes shape cultural evolution. Consider the way a catchy song spreads through a community, transforming social interactions and influencing behaviors. Memes can evolve and adapt, much like genes, but they do so in the realm of ideas, fashions, and social norms. This interplay raises intriguing questions. How do our genetic predispositions influence the memes we adopt? And conversely, how do the memes we embrace shape our behaviors and futures? Dawkins' insights challenge the traditional views of inheritance that focus solely on biological transmission. In the classical sense, inheritance is a linear process where traits are passed down from parents to offspring. However, with the introduction of memes, we see a more complex web of influence. Cultural practices, beliefs, and innovations can spread rapidly, often outpacing genetic changes. Imagine a world where ideas can evolve and adapt in a fraction of the time it takes for genetic mutations to occur. This cultural evolution can have profound implications for society, shaping our values and interactions in ways that are not solely determined by our genetic makeup. Dawkins' work invites us to consider the broader implications of these ideas on our understanding of humanity. Are we merely biological entities shaped by our genes? Or are we also the sum of our cultural experiences, shaped by the memes we encounter? The answer lies in the delicate balance between the two. Our genes provide the foundation, but it is our memes that build the structure of our societies. influencing our choices, beliefs, and ultimately, our identities. As we explore these concepts, we are reminded of the profound interconnectedness of all life. The dance of genes and memes creates a rich tapestry, where the biological and cultural intertwine, shaping the human experience in ways we are only beginning to understand. In this intricate web, we find ourselves not as isolated entities, but as participants in a grand narrative of existence, continually influenced by the genes we inherit and the memes we embrace. Through Dawkins' lens, we are encouraged to view our lives as part of a larger evolutionary story. Each choice we make, each idea we share, contributes to the ongoing journey of both genes and memes. We are not just passive recipients of this legacy. We are active participants, influencing the flow of information and culture in our own right. As we reflect on the nature of our existence, let us consider the implications of being both a product of our genetic heritage and a contributor to the ever-evolving landscape of human culture. In this way, the exploration of Dawkins' theories invites us to ponder the essence of what it means to be human. Are we merely the vessels of our genes, or do we have the power to shape the world around us through our ideas and cultural expressions? The beauty of this inquiry lies in its complexity, a reminder that our understanding of life is never static, but always evolving, much like the genes and memes at the heart of it all. As we delve deeper into Richard Dawkins' theories, we encounter the concept of the gene as a replicator. In the grand tapestry of evolution, genes are not merely components of our biological makeup. They are the architects of our existence, ensuring their survival through generations. Dawkins' assertion that we are survival machines, robot vehicles blindly programmed to preserve the selfish molecules known as genes, highlights a perspective that challenges conventional notions of altruism and cooperation. Imagine for a moment a world where genes are seen not just as biological entities, but as storytellers, weaving narratives that dictate the course of life. Each gene carries within it a history, a tale of survival and adaptation. They whisper secrets of resilience, passed down through the ages, shaping not only physical traits but also behaviors that echo through time. This gene-centric view reframes our understanding of evolution, positioning the gene at the heart of natural selection, a relentless force driving the survival of the fittest. Dawkins invites us to reconsider the very essence of inheritance. Traditional views often emphasize the transmission of traits from parent to offspring, a linear progression of characteristics. However, through the lens of Dawkins' theory, we see that genes are opportunistic, adapting and evolving through the myriad interactions with their environment and with each other. As he eloquently states, genes cannot be selfish in the ordinary sense of the term. They cannot think or plan, but they can act in a way that maximizes their own replication. This view prompts us to reflect on the broader implications of genetic expression in our lives, as our genes dance to the rhythm of evolutionary pressures. Now, let us turn our attention to the fascinating concept of memes. Just as genes serve as replicators in the biological realm, memes function as replicators in the cultural sphere. Dawkins introduced the term in his landmark book, seeing memes as units of cultural information that spread from mind to mind, evolving similarly to genes. Picture a vibrant marketplace of ideas, where thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors are exchanged, adapted, and transformed. Consider how a simple idea can spark a revolution, spreading like wildfire across societies and generations. Memes can be seen in the way language evolves, how fashion trends emerge, or how social norms shift over time. They encapsulate the essence of human creativity, allowing us to build upon the ideas of others, crafting a collective narrative that shapes our culture. Dawkins suggests that memes should be regarded as living structures, not just metaphorically, but technically. This perspective underscores the dynamic and evolving nature of culture, where ideas are not static, but continuously reinterpreted and reshaped by those who engage with them. In our exploration of Dawkins' theories, we confront the interplay between genes and memes. How do these two forces interact in the grand scheme of human evolution? The relationship is intricate and multifaceted, suggesting that our genetic predispositions may influence the kinds of memes we create and adopt. For instance, consider how societal expectations, shaped by cultural memes, can impact our decisions around family, career, and personal identity. The stories we tell ourselves and others, rooted in cultural context, often resonate with our genetic inclinations, creating a symbiotic relationship between the biological and the cultural. As we ponder these connections, we might ask ourselves, what role do we play in this ongoing dialogue? Are we simply products of our genes and memes, or do we have the agency to influence the evolution of both? By engaging with ideas that challenge the status quo, we can become catalysts for change, shaping the cultural narratives that define our societies. Each thought we share, each belief we propagate, adds to the rich tapestry of human experience. Dawkins' insights challenge us to rethink our understanding of inheritance. It is not a straightforward transfer of traits from parent to child, but a complex interplay of genetic and cultural forces. The implications are profound. Our identities are not merely a reflection of our biological makeup, but are also shaped by the memes we encounter and adopt throughout our lives. This realization can be both liberating and daunting. We are not bound by our genetic heritage. Rather, we are empowered to shape our destinies through the choices we make and the ideas we embrace. As we navigate this intricate web of genes and memes, we find comfort in the knowledge that we are part of a larger continuum. Each generation builds upon the last, creating a legacy that extends far beyond our individual lives. Dawkins reminds us that the meme, in a sense, is a virus of the mind, spreading and evolving in ways that can lead to both enlightenment and folly. The choices we make regarding the memes we entertain can have far-reaching consequences, influencing not only our lives but those of future generations. Imagine the possibilities that arise when we consciously engage with the ideas that surround us. By fostering a culture of critical thinking, creativity, and open dialogue, we can cultivate an environment where positive memes flourish, enriching our understanding of the world. The stories we tell, the values we uphold, and the innovations we pursue can all serve as vehicles of change, allowing us to transcend the limitations of our genetic inheritance. In this dance between genes and memes, we are reminded of the beauty of human potential. We hold the power to challenge outdated narratives and to forge new paths forward. As we embrace the complexity of our existence, we acknowledge that we are both the products of our lineage and the architects of our cultural legacy. The exploration of Dawkins' theories is not merely an academic exercise. It is an invitation to engage with the very essence of what it means to be human. What stories will we choose to carry forward? And how will we shape the narrative of our time? The answers lie within us, waiting to be discovered. As we stand at the crossroads of genes and memes, we are reminded that our journey is not solely about the ideas we adopt, but also about the fundamental drives that underpin our very existence. The interplay of cultural narratives and biological imperatives shapes our choices and ultimately influences the legacies we leave behind. With this understanding, we now turn our gaze to the biological imperatives that compel us toward survival and reproduction. In the next chapter, we will delve into the instincts that are deeply rooted in our genetic heritage, exploring how these forces guide behavior, inform our understanding of success, and shape the intricate dance of life itself. Chapter 3: The Biological Imperative: Survival and Reproduction. From the moment of conception, the dance of genes begins, weaving the intricate tapestry of life that determines not just our physical form, but also our behaviors and decisions. Each one of us carries within a unique genetic blueprint, influenced by the ages and the survival imperatives that have shaped our ancestors. It is a story that unfolds through every choice we make, often without our conscious awareness. How do these genes influence our behavior and decision-making? Imagine a young animal in the wild. It is instinctively aware of danger, its heart racing as it senses the presence of a predator nearby. This visceral reaction, deeply rooted in its genetic code, is a testament to the survival instincts that have been honed through countless generations. The instinct to flee or fight is not merely a product of experience, but a biological imperative that has been passed down, ensuring that only the most adaptable survive to pass on their genes. Survival instincts are driven by the need to perpetuate one's lineage. In the grand tapestry of life, reproductive success stands as a pivotal concept. It is not simply about living another day. It is about ensuring that one's genes continue to thrive in future generations. The implications of this drive are profound. When we consider the choices made by animals in their natural habitats, we see that every action is often a reflection of this underlying motive. Consider the courtship rituals of the peacock, the magnificent display of feathers designed to attract a mate. The vibrant colors and elaborate patterns are not just for show, they signal health and vitality to prospective partners. In essence, these traits have evolved because they enhance reproductive success. As Charles Darwin once said, "The love of all creatures is the greatest of all the instincts." This instinctual drive toward reproduction shapes behaviors in profound ways, guiding individuals to seek mates with desirable traits, thereby ensuring the continuation of those advantageous genes. In humans, the influence of our genetic imperatives is equally compelling. Think about the choices we make in relationships, from selecting partners to the decisions surrounding family life. These choices, while appearing to be personal and free, often reflect deep-seated biological drives. The desire for companionship, love, and the urge to nurture offspring can be traced back to our evolutionary heritage. Psychologists suggest that our attraction to specific traits may stem from genetic signals that indicate compatibility and the potential for healthy progeny. The relationship between survival traits and gene propagation becomes more evident when we observe behaviors that prioritize the collective over the individual. Take, for instance, the phenomenon of altruism in social animals. Some species exhibit behaviors that seem to defy the selfish gene theory, as individuals may sacrifice their own safety for the benefit of the group. This is not merely an act of kindness. It is often a strategic choice, influenced by genetic predispositions. By protecting others, an individual increases the likelihood that their shared genes will survive and flourish within the community. Imagine a colony of bees, where worker bees devote their lives to the hive's well-being, often at the expense of their own reproduction. This selfless behavior can be understood through the lens of kin selection, where the survival of closely related individuals becomes paramount. The genetic imperative drives bees to ensure the success of their queen and the future of their hive, reflecting an instinctual understanding of survival that transcends the individual. As we delve deeper into the concept of reproductive success, we come across fascinating examples in the animal kingdom. Take the case of the African elephant. These majestic creatures are known for their strong social bonds and matriarchal structures. The eldest female leads the herd, drawing upon her extensive experience and knowledge to guide the group to food and water sources. This leadership not only ensures the survival of the herd, but also enhances the reproductive success of her descendants. It is a beautiful illustration of how survival instincts, shaped by genetics, can foster cooperation and enhance the chances of thriving in a complex environment. Even in the human realm, survival instincts manifest in unexpected ways. When faced with adversity, individuals often exhibit remarkable resilience, a trait deeply rooted in our genetic makeup. This resilience can be seen as a biological imperative to overcome obstacles and ensure the continuity of one's lineage. Think about the stories of people who have survived unimaginable hardships, emerging stronger and more determined. Their ability to adapt and thrive, to navigate through life's challenges, speaks volumes about the power of our biological imperatives. The interplay between genetics and behavior is not a simple equation. It is a dynamic relationship where the environment plays a pivotal role in shaping how these genetic imperatives are expressed. Yet at the core lies the unwavering truth that our genes, in their silent wisdom, guide us towards survival and reproduction. They whisper to us, urging us to seek safety, to forge connections, and to nurture the next generation. As we reflect on these biological imperatives, we may ask ourselves, how much of our behavior is truly our own? Are the choices we make in love, friendship, and survival driven by our conscious minds, or are they subtle echoes of our ancestors' struggles for survival? The answers may lie in the very DNA that we carry, a legacy of instinct and adaptation that has shaped the human experience throughout the ages. In this vast web of life, the threads of survival and reproduction intertwine seamlessly, creating a rich narrative that tells of our shared journey through time. The journey is not just about individual survival, but about the collective story of life itself, a story that continues to unfold with every heartbeat, every breath, and every choice we make in this intricate dance of existence. As we delve deeper into the fascinating interplay between genes and behavior, we begin to understand how our genetic makeup influences the choices we make in our daily lives. Picture, if you will, a young mother cradling her newborn. The instinctual urge to protect this fragile life is not merely a product of her nurturing spirit, but is deeply rooted in her biology. The bond formed between her and her child is fortified by the release of hormones like oxytocin, often called the, quote, bonding hormone. This chemical reaction, which has evolved over millennia, serves to strengthen connections not only between mother and child, but also among social groups, reinforcing the fabric of community and ensuring that the young are cared for and nurtured. The concept of reproductive success extends beyond mere survival. It encompasses the ability to pass on genes to the next generation, ensuring that the traits that favor survival are carried forth. Think of the peacock with its extravagant tail feathers. At first glance, it may seem counterproductive to carry such a cumbersome adornment, yet it serves a vital purpose in attracting mates. Charles Darwin famously noted, "The most elaborate forms of courtship display are often found in the males of species that are subject to intense sexual selection." The peacock's vibrant plumage is not merely an aesthetic marvel. It is a testament to the evolutionary pressures that shape behavior in the quest for reproductive success. Imagine the myriad of behaviors driven by this imperative across the animal kingdom. Take, for instance, the intricate dances of the male bowerbird, who painstakingly constructs and decorates elaborate nests to entice potential partners. These displays are not random. They are meticulously curated, showcasing the male's vigor and genetic fitness. Each shiny object collected, each careful arrangement is a silent proclamation of survival and reproductive prowess. It is a dance as old as time, driven by the relentless urge to find a mate and ensure that one's genes will be passed down through the generations. In the human experience, we too exhibit behaviors that reflect our genetic imperatives. Consider the phenomenon of altruism. Why do we sometimes go out of our way to help strangers? Evolutionary biologist E.O. Wilson suggested that cooperation and selflessness can enhance the survival of the group, thereby promoting the survival of our own genetic lineage. In this sense, our genes may compel us to act for the greater good, fostering relationships and networks that ultimately enhance our own reproductive success. As Wilson eloquently put it, the great challenge of our time is to learn how to live with ourselves and with one another. The relationship between survival traits and gene propagation is complex, yet beautifully orchestrated. Each behavior, whether it be aggression, nurturing, or cooperation, is an expression of our genetic heritage, shaped by the tapestry of evolution. As we navigate through life, our decisions are influenced by a myriad of factors, including our upbringing, culture, and personal experiences. Yet, underlying these choices is the quiet whisper of our genetic blueprint, guiding us toward actions that enhance our survival and reproductive prospects. Consider the role of environmental factors in this intricate dance. While our genetic predispositions lay the groundwork, it is often the environment that shapes how these instincts are expressed. The warmth of a nurturing home can elicit compassion and empathy, while a harsh upbringing may foster resilience or even aggression. This interplay invites us to ponder, how do our surroundings mold the biological imperatives within us? Are we mere puppets of our genes, or do we possess the agency to redefine our paths? To illustrate, think about the courageous stories of individuals rising from adversity. They draw upon innate strengths, navigating challenges that would intimidate many. Their triumphs often reflect a deep-seated survival instinct, a manifestation of the biological imperatives that compel them to endure and succeed. As Helen Keller famously remarked, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." Her life serves as a profound testament to the power of human resilience, driven by the very instincts that once ensured our ancestors survival. In the wild, we observe similar threads woven into the lives of countless species. Wolves, for example, rely on intricate social structures and cooperative hunting strategies to ensure the survival of their pack. Each member plays a role, driven by an instinctual understanding of their contribution to the collective success. This communal behavior not only enhances their chances of survival, but also ensures that their genes are passed on through the strongest and most capable offspring. It is a vivid reminder that survival often hinges on collaboration, echoing the interconnectedness of life. As we reflect upon these biological imperatives, we may find ourselves wondering, how can understanding these instincts help us navigate the complexities of modern existence? The pressures of contemporary life often obscure our innate drives, leaving us feeling disconnected from our biological roots. Yet by cultivating awareness of these imperatives, we can learn to harness them, aligning our choices with the deeper currents of our nature. This alignment may lead to a more fulfilling life, rich with purpose and connection. Imagine embracing the wisdom of our genetic heritage as a guiding force. It invites us to nurture relationships, foster community, and seek paths that resonate with our intrinsic desires for survival and reproduction. In this dance, we find not only the echoes of our ancestors, but also the vibrant pulse of life itself, a reminder that we are part of a vast continuum, where each heartbeat, each choice, reverberates through the ages. As we continue our exploration of the biological imperatives that shape our lives, let us remain open to the nuances of our existence. In the grand narrative of evolution, we are but threads in a magnificent tapestry, woven together by the intricate patterns of survival and reproduction. The journey of understanding our genes is not merely an academic pursuit. It is a deeply personal exploration that connects us to the essence of what it means to be alive. As we embrace the wisdom of our biological imperatives, we begin to uncover the intricate dance between our innate instincts and the cultural frameworks that shape our lives. Just as survival and reproduction are rooted in our genes, so too are the ideas and behaviors that circulate within our societies, forming a dynamic interplay known as cultural evolution. This chapter invites us to consider how memes, units of cultural transmission, can influence our actions and societal norms, paralleling the evolutionary processes of our biological heritage. As we pivot to explore the vibrant realm of memes versus genes, we open the door to a deeper understanding of how our cultural landscape is crafted, revealing the profound connections that bind our biological roots to the ever-evolving tapestry of human experience. Chapter 4. Cultural Evolution, Memes versus Genes. The journey of life, shaped by the relentless currents of evolutionary pressure, revolves around the fundamental principle of genetic replication. Each organism, in its quest for survival, carries the essence of its lineage, a legacy inscribed in the codes of its DNA. This genetic material not only dictates physical characteristics, but also influences behaviors that enhance the chances of survival and reproduction. Imagine a river flowing through time, where each droplet, each gene, replicates and adapts, ensuring that the flow of life continues. In this tapestry of existence, a fascinating counterpart emerges, the concept of memes. Memes, coined by Richard Dawkins, represent units of cultural transmission that evolve and spread much like genes do in biological contexts. They can be ideas, behaviors, styles, or practices that move from one individual to another, shaping the cultural landscape. The significance of memes in cultural transmission is profound. They are the whispers of society, echoing through generations, influencing thoughts and actions in ways that often go unnoticed. Consider a popular song that captures the hearts of many. As it spreads, it transforms, picking up variations along the way, different covers, dances, and interpretations. Each version, while rooted in the original, carries new meanings and reflects diverse experiences. This is the essence of a meme, a cultural replicator that thrives on adaptation and variation. Memes can encapsulate societal norms, driving trends that resonate deeply within a community, shaping identities and collective memories. When comparing genetic evolution and cultural evolution, we find both striking similarities and crucial differences. Genetic evolution unfolds over vast stretches of time, influenced by natural selection, mutations, and genetic drift. It operates on a biological level, where changes are often gradual and require long periods to manifest. In contrast, cultural evolution can occur at a breathtaking pace. A new meme can take root and spread across the globe within days, fueled by technology and social networks. What drives this rapid cultural evolution? Perhaps it is the innate human desire for connection and belonging. As communities form, they share ideas, and those ideas are refined, challenged, and celebrated. This interplay creates an environment where certain memes thrive, while others fade into obscurity. The adaptability of memes allows them to reflect societal values, norms, and conflicts, showcasing the dynamic nature of human experience. Memes do not merely exist in isolation, they can profoundly influence behavior and societal norms. Think of a movement that begins with a single idea, a meme that gains traction. It can inspire collective action, leading to societal change. Activism, fashion, language, and technology all evolve through this lens of cultural replication. Memes become not just expressions of individual thought, but catalysts for collective behavior. Take, for example, the concept of sustainability. It began as a meme in environmental circles, but has since permeated mainstream culture. This idea has reshaped consumer behavior, prompting individuals and businesses to consider their impact on the planet. As this meme spread, it influenced policies, sparked innovations, and reshaped industries. The interplay between genes and memes is intricate and fascinating. While genes provide the biological substrate for our existence, memes shape our cultural identity and social structures. This relationship invites us to consider, how do our genetic predispositions interact with the cultural memes we embrace? Imagine a scenario where a community values cooperation, a meme that fosters collaboration over competition. In such an environment, individuals may find their genetic tendencies toward altruism amplified. Conversely, in a culture that prizes individualism and competition, those same genetic predispositions may lead to behaviors that prioritize self-interest. This interplay highlights that our cultural landscape can either amplify or dampen our genetic tendencies, creating a rich tapestry of human behavior. As we delve deeper into this interplay, we recognize that our choices, influenced by both genes and memes, shape the very fabric of our societies. Each decision we make, informed by cultural narratives and biological impulses, contributes to the ongoing evolution of humanity. Consider the power of storytelling, a meme that has existed since the dawn of human communication. Stories have the ability to weave together generations, connecting us through shared experiences and values. They have the power to instill moral lessons, challenge societal norms, and inspire change. In doing so, they guide behaviors and shape cultural narratives, highlighting how deeply intertwined our genetic heritage and cultural evolution truly are. As we navigate this complex terrain, we are reminded that both genes and memes are essential to our understanding of humanity. They are the twin forces that shape our existence, each playing a vital role in the evolution of culture and behavior. In this dance of replication, we find the essence of what it means to be human, a continual adaptation to an ever-changing world, where our biological roots and cultural expressions intertwine, guiding us forward into the unknown. As we examine the significance of memes in cultural transmission, we begin to unravel the intricate layers of how ideas, behaviors, and practices spread among individuals. Memes, in essence, are units of cultural information that replicate and evolve, much like genes do in biological systems. They manifest in various forms, from phrases and symbols to rituals and social norms, each carrying the potential to influence behavior and societal structures. Imagine for a moment a simple phrase, a meme, that spreads through a community. As it is shared, it morphs and adapts, taking on new meanings and resonating with different facets of the culture. This phenomenon highlights the fluidity of cultural evolution, where the replication of ideas can lead to significant shifts in societal norms. Richard Dawkins, who first coined the term meme in his exploration of cultural evolution, suggested that, quote, memes propagate themselves in the meme pool by leaping from brain to brain via a process which, in the broadest sense, can be called imitation. This process of imitation serves as the lifeblood of cultural transmission, allowing for the rapid evolution of ideas. When we compare genetic evolution to cultural evolution, we see a stark contrast in their mechanisms. Genetic evolution is a slow, gradual process governed by natural selection and genetic drift, requiring generations for significant changes to manifest. Conversely, cultural evolution can occur at a breathtaking pace. Ideas can take root and flourish within a single generation, reshaping societal values and behaviors almost overnight. Consider the rapid spread of technology-driven social media platforms, where trends and ideas propagate across the globe in mere moments. This immediacy of cultural transmission raises fascinating questions about the dynamics of influence and adaptation in our modern world. How do memes influence behavior and societal norms? They serve as blueprints for action, guiding individuals on how to think, feel, and behave in specific contexts. For instance, the cultural meme surrounding environmental consciousness has evolved from niche awareness to mainstream expectation. Through the power of shared narratives and collective action, this meme has inspired millions to adopt sustainable practices, shaping not only personal behavior but also driving policy changes and corporate accountability. The ripple effect of such memes illustrates their profound ability to mold cultural landscapes. Moreover, the interplay between genes and memes can lead to complex outcomes in the evolution of culture. Consider the case of language, a quintessential example of a cultural meme. The biological capacity for language is rooted in our genetic makeup, yet the languages we speak are entirely constructed through cultural evolution. This dual nature of language highlights how our genetic predispositions set the stage for cultural developments, intertwining our biological heritage with the rich tapestry of human expression. As the linguist Noam Chomsky noted, the human capacity for language is a gift of evolution, but the languages themselves are a product of culture. As we navigate the interaction between genes and memes, we must also consider the implications of societal norms and behaviors shaped by these forces. Memes can promote cooperation, altruism, and empathy, reinforcing behaviors that support communal living. For instance, the meme of collective responsibility in many indigenous cultures emphasizes harmony with nature and mutual support within the community. Such cultural frameworks can foster a sense of belonging and shared purpose, guiding individuals toward actions that prioritize the well-being of the group over individual gain. Yet memes can also propagate less desirable behaviors. The spread of harmful stereotypes, prejudices, and divisive ideologies can be traced to cultural memes that thrive on fear and misunderstanding. The challenge lies in recognizing these patterns and understanding how we can cultivate positive cultural change. By promoting memes that inspire compassion and understanding, we can begin to reshape societal narratives toward more inclusive and constructive outcomes. Reflecting on the dance between genes and memes invites us to consider the question, are we merely products of our biological inheritance, or do we have the power to shape our cultural destinies? The answer lies in the recognition that while our genetic frameworks provide a foundation, it is the memes that allow us to build the complex structures of culture. This dynamic relationship opens avenues for transformation as we harness the power of ideas to inspire change. As we explore further, we see that the ongoing evolution of culture is marked by the emergence of new memes that challenge the status quo. Take, for instance, the recent movements advocating for social justice. These cultural phenomena have emerged as powerful memes that resonate across diverse populations, igniting conversations and driving collective action. The phrase Black Lives Matter, for example, has transcended its origin to become a rallying cry for equality, justice, and systemic change. In this way, memes serve not only as reflections of societal values but as catalysts for evolution, capable of steering the trajectory of cultures toward greater awareness and empathy. This interplay also raises the question of how technological advancements influence cultural evolution. The internet has transformed the landscape of cultural transmission, enabling memes to spread at an unprecedented rate. Social media platforms allow ideas to traverse borders, creating global conversations that can reshape cultural norms almost instantaneously. This phenomenon invites us to consider the implications of such rapid cultural exchange. Are we fostering a richer, more diverse cultural tapestry, or are we at risk of diluting distinct cultural identities in an increasingly homogenized world? As we contemplate these questions, we recognize the importance of mindfulness in our engagement with memes. Just as we are influenced by cultural narratives, we have the agency to curate the ideas we share and propagate. By choosing to amplify positive memes that celebrate inclusivity, creativity, and compassion, we can contribute to a cultural evolution that reflects our highest aspirations. As we delve deeper into the interplay of genes and memes, we uncover the fascinating ways they coalesce to shape our identities and social structures. Each cultural artifact, whether a song, a story, or a shared value, carries the weight of both genetic legacy and cultural innovation. This rich interplay invites us to explore the stories we tell ourselves as individuals and as a society, urging us to reflect on the narratives that define us. In this exploration, we are reminded that our cultural evolution is ongoing, a fluid process that adapts and evolves in response to both internal and external pressures. The challenge lies in navigating this landscape with intention and awareness, recognizing that every meme we encounter has the potential to influence not just our behaviors, but the very fabric of our societies. As we embrace this journey, we become both observers and participants in the grand tapestry of human experience, where genes and memes intertwine, guiding us ever onward into the vast expanse of possibility. As we navigate the intricate dance of genes and memes, we come to appreciate the profound impact they have on our identities and societal narratives. This recognition prompts deeper questions about the very nature of our agency in a world where cultural forces and biological influences intertwine. Are we truly the architects of our choices, or are our paths subtly shaped by the legacies of our genetic makeup? In the following chapter, we will delve into the concept of free will, examining how our genetic predispositions may influence our decisions and challenge the notion of autonomy. Join us as we explore the delicate balance between personal responsibility and the unseen forces that guide our lives, inviting a fresh perspective on what it means to be truly free. Chapter 5. The Illusion of Free Will. Are we truly autonomous? The question of whether we are truly autonomous beings or merely programmed to serve our genetic code invites a profound exploration into the essence of free will and the influence of our biology. Imagine yourself standing at the crossroads of choice, with paths unfolding before you. Do you feel empowered to select any direction, or do you sense an invisible hand guiding your steps? At the heart of this inquiry lies the concept of genetic predisposition. Our genes, those intricate strands of DNA that carry the blueprint of our being, can significantly shape our preferences, behaviors, and even our choices. Research in behavioral genetics suggests that aspects of our personality, such as extroversion or conscientiousness, may have roots in our genetic makeup. Have you ever noticed how certain traits seem to run in families? This phenomenon raises the question, are we, in some fundamental sense, bound by the legacies of our ancestors? As we delve deeper into this idea, it becomes clear that while we may feel a sense of agency, our decisions can often be swayed by inherited tendencies. For instance, studies have shown that genetic factors can influence our likelihood of developing conditions, such as addiction or mood disorders. Imagine the weight of a genetic predisposition steering you toward choices you might not consciously embrace. Consider the work of psychologists who have examined how our genetic background impacts decision-making processes. Research has revealed that people with certain genetic variants may respond differently to environmental stimuli, resulting in distinct behavioral patterns. This interplay between genetics and choices can feel like navigating a river with a current that is both familiar and unseen. Are we simply drifting along, or do we possess the ability to paddle against the tide? As scientists investigate further, they find compelling evidence that our genetic predispositions can limit our personal choices in ways we do not fully recognize. Take, for example, the role of neurotransmitters in our brain, which are influenced by our genetic makeup. These chemicals govern our mood and behavior, affecting how we react in various situations. Have you ever felt an overwhelming urge to act a certain way, only to later question why you did? This could be a glimpse into the genetic influences at play within you. One of the pioneers in this field, Robert Playman, has emphasized that most of the variation in complex traits is due to the cumulative effects of many genes. This assertion challenges the very foundation of free will. If our traits are indeed shaped largely by our genetic code, what does that mean for our accountability in making choices? The implications for moral responsibility are profound. If our decisions stem from genetic influences beyond our control, how do we assign blame or praise for our actions? Imagine a world where understanding the genetic underpinnings of behavior leads to a more compassionate perspective on human actions. Would we be more forgiving of those whose choices appear to be dictated by their biology? The concept of free will also intersects with the philosophical realm, where thinkers have long debated whether humans possess true autonomy. Are we merely puppets of our genes, or do we have the capacity to rise above our biological programming? Perhaps the answer lies in a delicate balance between genetic influences and conscious decision-making. Picture your mind as a vast landscape, filled with valleys of instinct and mountains of rational thought. In moments of clarity, you may ascend those peaks, making choices that feel entirely your own. Yet lurking in the valleys are the genetic echoes of your ancestors, whispering influences that can subtly guide your path. As we navigate this intricate tapestry of genetics and autonomy, we may begin to understand that the illusion of free will does not negate our humanity. Rather, it invites us to explore the depths of our being, acknowledging the myriad factors that shape our choices. It encourages us to reflect on the interplay of nature and nurture, and how our environment can further influence the expression of our genes. Imagine the possibilities that arise when we accept that our genetic predispositions do not have to define us entirely. By recognizing our inherited traits, we can strive to cultivate awareness around our choices, empowering ourselves to make conscious decisions that align with our values and aspirations. In this light, the discussion of genetic influence on decision-making becomes not just a matter of science, but also an opportunity for personal growth. We can learn to navigate the currents of our genetic predispositions with intention, forging paths that resonate with our true selves. As we contemplate the nature of free will, we may find solace in the words of philosopher Daniel Dennett, who posited that free will is not an all-or-nothing concept. This perspective encourages us to embrace the complexities of our existence, recognizing that while our genetics may inform our behaviors, they do not dictate the entirety of our being. In traversing this landscape of thought, we uncover the intricate relationship between our genetic heritage and the choices we make. Each decision becomes a thread woven into the fabric of our lives, shaped by influences both seen and unseen. As you reflect on your own choices, consider the myriad threads that have come together to create your unique tapestry. The exploration of free will in light of genetics ultimately leads us to a deeper understanding of human behavior. It challenges us to rethink our perceptions of autonomy and accountability, inviting us to embrace the complexities of our existence with compassion and curiosity. The journey through this intricate web of influences may reveal not just the limits of our choices, but also the profound potential for growth and transformation. As we continue this exploration, let us remain open to the possibilities that arise when we embrace the interplay of genetics and free will. In understanding the delicate balance between inherited traits and conscious decision-making, we may cultivate a deeper appreciation for the human experience, rich with its mysteries and nuances. Are we mere products of our genetic code, or do we possess the power to transcend those boundaries? The answer, perhaps, lies within each of us, waiting to be discovered as we navigate the complexities of our choices and the paths they illuminate. The question of whether we are programmed to serve our genetic code invites us to delve into the intricate dance between biology and choice. Imagine for a moment a vast forest, each tree representing a different genetic trait, branching out into myriad paths of behavior. As we walk through this forest, we may feel the pull of certain branches, instinctively drawn to the traits that align with our genetic predispositions. Yet there is a path less traveled, where conscious awareness and intention can lead us to choices that may not seem immediately aligned with our inherited tendencies. Consider the research of behavioral genetics, which has illuminated the ways in which our genes can influence our decisions. For instance, studies have shown that certain genetic markers can predispose individuals to traits such as impulsivity or risk-taking. This begs the question: to what extent are we simply responding to these inherited impulses? The renowned geneticist and author Robert Plomin once remarked, "Our genes are like a glass of wine. They determine the flavor, but the environment determines the taste." This metaphor elegantly captures the essence of our existence, suggesting that while our genetic makeup shapes our inclinations, it is the surrounding environment that ultimately refines our choices. As we ponder the implications of genetic predispositions, it is essential to recognize the power of our environment and experiences. Each interaction, each moment of reflection, serves as a brushstroke on the canvas of our lives, allowing us to create a picture that reflects both our genetic heritage and our conscious choices. Imagine the influence of upbringing, culture, and personal experiences as the wind that gently nudges the branches of our genetic trees, shaping them into unique forms. Psychological studies have further illuminated this interplay, revealing that our emotions, thoughts, and choices are often guided by subconscious processes rooted in our biology. For instance, the presence of particular neurotransmitters can influence our mood and decision-making processes. This insight leads us to ask, if our choices are swayed by biochemical reactions within us, can we truly claim full autonomy over our actions? The answer is complex, as it intertwines the realms of neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy. Take, for instance, the case of individuals with genetic predispositions toward addiction. Their choices may appear constrained by their biology, leading them to struggle against the tides of their inherited tendencies. Yet, many find strength in overcoming these challenges, redefining their relationship with their genetics. What drives this transformation? Perhaps it is the realization that awareness and intent can serve as powerful allies in navigating the currents of our genetic code. The implications of these findings extend into the heart of moral responsibility and accountability. If our decisions are influenced by genetic predispositions, how do we reconcile this with our societal understanding of right and wrong? Philosopher and neuroscientist Sam Harris argues that the concept of moral responsibility may need reevaluation, as our choices are inextricably linked to factors beyond our control. We are not as in control of our behavior as we think, he notes, prompting us to reflect on the nature of culpability in light of genetic influences. As we explore these themes, it is crucial to acknowledge the resilience of the human spirit. While our genetic makeup may present certain challenges, it also gifts us with remarkable capabilities for adaptation and change. Individuals can learn coping strategies, cultivate resilience, and develop emotional intelligence that allows them to transcend their genetic limitations. Imagine this journey of self-discovery as a river, flowing through the valleys of our subconscious, carving new paths in the landscape of our choices. In this context, the question of free will becomes less about the absence of influence and more about the ability to navigate the influences that shape us. We are not mere puppets of our genetic code. Rather, we are the architects of our lives, equipped with the tools to shape our destinies. It is within this dance between nature and nurture that we can find a profound sense of agency as we learn to embrace the complexities of our existence. As we continue to unravel the threads of free will and genetic predisposition, let us consider the stories of those who have embraced their genetic challenges and transformed their lives. From athletes who have overcome physical limitations to artists who have channeled their emotional struggles into creative expression, these narratives serve as a testament to the power of intention and resilience. They invite us to reflect on our own journeys, encouraging us to embrace the interplay of our genetic heritage and the choices we make. In the end, perhaps the illusion of free will is not a hindrance, but a canvas upon which we paint our experiences. Each choice we make, influenced by both our genetic code and our conscious reflections, becomes a brushstroke in the grand masterpiece of our lives. As we navigate this intricate tapestry, we can find comfort in the knowledge that while our genetics inform our behaviors, they do not confine our potential. What possibilities await us when we embrace our complexities, recognizing both the beauty and the challenges that come with our inheritance? The journey is one of discovery, not just of who we are, but of who we may yet become. As we reflect on the intricate dance between our genetic makeup and the choices we navigate, it becomes clear that our journey does not unfold in isolation. The very environment we inhabit plays a crucial role in shaping the expression of our genes, offering a fresh perspective on the interplay of nature and nurture. In the next chapter, we will delve into the fascinating realm of epigenetics, exploring how our experiences and surroundings can influence our genetic traits in profound ways. By examining the dynamic relationship between our environment and genetic expression, we will uncover new dimensions of agency, revealing how the tapestry of our lives is woven not only from our inherited threads, but also from the rich fabric of our experiences. Join us as we embark on this exploration, where the landscape of possibility broadens with every turn. Chapter 6. The Role of Environment in Genetic Expression. In the vast tapestry of human existence, the interplay between nature and nurture emerges as a profound narrative, woven into the fabric of our genetic identity. Imagine a delicate dance where genes, the blueprints of our being, engage with the environment, each step, each movement, shaping the contours of who we are. This dynamic relationship is not merely a backdrop. It is a symphony of interactions that influences our very essence. At the heart of this story lies the concept of epigenetics, a remarkable field that expands our understanding of genetic expression. Epigenetics is like a conductor guiding an orchestra, determining which genes are turned on or off in response to a myriad of environmental cues. It invites us to ponder, how do our surroundings, our experiences, and even our thoughts influence the symphony of our genes? Consider the environment as a canvas, and our genes as the paintbrushes. Each experience we encounter adds color and texture, shaping the final masterpiece that is our identity. Research has revealed that factors such as stress, nutrition, and exposure to toxins can alter the expression of our genes, illustrating that we are not merely passive recipients of our genetic coding. Instead, we are active participants in our biological narrative, sculpting our destinies with every interaction we have with the world around us. As we delve deeper into this intricate relationship, we begin to understand how experiences shape not just our behavior but also our genetic expression. Picture a child growing up in a nurturing environment, surrounded by love and support. Studies suggest that such a background can lead to the activation of genes associated with resilience and emotional well-being. In contrast, imagine a child raised in a harsh environment, where adversity is a constant companion. Such experiences can trigger genes linked to stress responses, potentially laying the groundwork for challenges later in life. This leads us to ask, how do these environmental factors influence our genetic traits? The answer unfolds in the stories of remarkable individuals. Take the case of Dr. Michael Meany, a pioneer in the field of epigenetics. His research with rats demonstrated that maternal care could influence the genetic expression of stress-related genes in offspring. He noted, "The experience of nurturing in early life can have profound effects on the epigenome." This revelation underscores the powerful impact of early experiences, highlighting how love and care can shape our biological legacy. Another powerful example can be found in the realm of nutrition. Imagine the intricate dance of nutrients as they interact with our bodies, influencing gene expression in ways that can promote health or contribute to disease. Research has shown that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fatty acids can activate genes that enhance brain function and reduce inflammation. Conversely, diets high in processed sugars and unhealthy fats may silence genes that protect against chronic diseases. It is a vivid reminder that what we consume is not merely sustenance, it is a dialogue with our genes. As we explore further, we discover the role of environmental toxins. Imagine walking through a bustling city, where pollutants linger in the air. Studies have indicated that exposure to certain chemicals can alter gene expression, potentially increasing the risk of diseases such as cancer. The environment, in this case, becomes a silent architect of our health, shaping our genetic destiny in ways we may not even perceive. Yet, this relationship between nature and nurture is not one of simple cause and effect. It is a dynamic interplay where both elements influence and reshape one another. Consider the example of identical twins, who share the same genetic blueprint. Despite their similarities, environmental differences can lead to divergent life paths. One twin may thrive in a supportive community, while the other may face challenges in a less nurturing environment. This divergence illustrates that even with the same set of genes, the environment plays a crucial role in determining outcomes. As we reflect on this intricate web of interactions, we might ask ourselves, how can we harness this knowledge to enhance our lives and the lives of those around us? The answer lies in understanding that our experiences are not isolated events. They are threads woven into the broader tapestry of genetic expression. By fostering supportive environments, nurturing relationships, and prioritizing healthful choices, we can create conditions that promote positive genetic expression. Imagine the possibilities if we could consciously shape our environments to enhance well-being. What if schools prioritized emotional support and resilience training? What if communities embraced holistic health practices? The potential for transformation is vast, as we begin to recognize our agency in this intricate dance of genes and environment. As we navigate this complex relationship, it is essential to acknowledge the continuous and reciprocal nature of nature and nurture. Our genetic predispositions may guide us, but our environment offers a canvas upon which to paint our story. Each experience, each choice, adds depth to our identity, illustrating that we are not merely the sum of our genes, but an evolving narrative shaped by both our biology and our surroundings. In this journey of exploration, we learn that the interplay of environment and genetics is a dance as old as life itself. It invites us to embrace the complexity of our existence, celebrating the unique confluence of our heritage and experiences. Through understanding and nurturing this relationship, we may unlock pathways to greater health, resilience, and a profound sense of connection to ourselves and each other. As we ponder the intricate connections between our genetic makeup and the environments we inhabit, we realize that life is not merely a script written in our DNA. It is an ever-evolving story, rich with possibilities, waiting for us to explore. So let us take a moment to breathe deeply, to feel the air around us, and to appreciate the beautiful interplay of nature and nurture within us. As we delve deeper into the role of the environment in genetic expression, we begin to uncover the fascinating realm of epigenetics. This emerging field reveals how external factors can switch genes on and off, modifying their expression without altering the underlying DNA sequence. Imagine a symphony where the conductor directs the musicians, shaping the melody without changing the notes themselves. In this way, our environment acts as a conductor, orchestrating the complex interplay of our genetic potential. Renowned epigeneticist Dr. Randy Girdle once noted, "Our genes are like a book, but the environment writes the story." This perspective invites us to envision our genes not as fixed scripts, but as dynamic actors responding to the world around us. What if the foods we consume, the air we breathe, and the relationships we cultivate could influence the very fabric of our being? Consider a child raised in a nurturing environment filled with love and encouragement. The positive experiences may activate genes associated with resilience and cognitive development, while adverse conditions could silence genes that promote well-being. Experiences shape not only our behavior but also our biology. The effects of stress, for instance, can lead to changes in gene expression that influence health outcomes. Imagine a young person facing multiple stressors, perhaps the pressures of school, family instability, or societal expectations. These experiences can trigger a cascade of biological responses, impacting the expression of genes linked to stress regulation. The body, in its complexity, adapts, but sometimes at a cost. Over time, persistent stress can lead to alterations in the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, disrupting hormonal balance and contributing to a range of health issues. Environmental factors extend beyond immediate experiences, encompassing broader elements such as nutrition, exposure to toxins, and even sunlight. Have you ever considered how the food on your plate could be communicating with your genes? Nutrients can send signals that influence gene expression, acting as molecular messengers. For instance, certain compounds found in fruits and vegetables can promote the expression of genes involved in detoxification and inflammation reduction. In contrast, diets high in processed foods may inadvertently inhibit genes that support metabolic health. It paints a vivid picture of our bodies as intricate tapestries woven from the threads of our choices. The dynamic relationship between nature and nurture does not merely illustrate a passive interaction. It is a vibrant dialogue. Each environment we inhabit, from the bustling urban landscape to the serene countryside, can leave an indelible mark on our genetic expression. Consider the research on identical twins raised apart. Despite sharing the same genetic material, their life experiences can lead to strikingly different traits and health outcomes. This phenomenon highlights the profound impact of nurture on genetic potential, showcasing the resilience and adaptability inherent in humanity. As we explore these themes, let us not forget the legacy of our ancestors. Their experiences, shaped by the environments they navigated, have been etched into our genetic code, influencing who we are today. Dr. Sarah Tishkoff, a prominent geneticist, eloquently stated, "Our genetic diversity is a testament to our shared history and the environments that have shaped us." Each individual carries within them echoes of generations past, a complex interplay of survival, adaptation, and resilience that informs our very existence. Imagine the stories embedded within your DNA, tales of triumph and struggle, of adaptation to shifting landscapes and climates. These narratives are not merely historical. They resonate within us today, influencing our reactions to challenges and opportunities. The journey of our ancestors through diverse terrains and climates has equipped us with a rich toolkit for navigating our own environments. From those who thrived in harsh conditions to those who flourished in abundance, we carry their wisdom within us. The ongoing exploration of epigenetics has opened doors to understanding how our environments can alter the trajectory of our health. By harnessing this knowledge, we can cultivate environments that promote well-being and resilience. What if schools prioritized mental health support, creating spaces for emotional expression and growth? What if communities emphasized clean air, nutritious foods, and access to nature? These considerations are not just aspirational. They are crucial for fostering a healthier society. As we reflect on the interplay of environment and genetic expression, we are reminded of the delicate balance between the two. Our genetic makeup provides a foundation, but it is the environment that shapes the structure. It calls to mind the words of Nobel Prize-winning biologist Dr. Barbara McClintock, who said, "You have to learn to be a good listener to your cells." Listening to the whispers of our bodies and understanding the environmental factors that influence us opens pathways to a more profound connection with our health. The journey through the intricacies of genetic expression invites us to be mindful of our choices, recognizing the power we hold in shaping our lives and the lives of future generations. As we navigate this complex landscape, let us breathe in the possibilities, allowing the gentle embrace of nature and nurture to guide us. Imagine a world where the legacy of our genes intertwines harmoniously with the nurturing embrace of our environments, creating a tapestry of life, rich with potential and promise. In this dance of biology and experience, we find not just the roots of our being, but the wings to soar into the future. The exploration of genetic expression in relation to the environment reveals not only the fragility of our existence, but its resilience. Each moment presents an opportunity to nurture our bodies and minds, forging connections that will ripple through time. As we ponder the potential within us, let us continue to embrace the beautiful complexity of our genetic heritage, celebrating the interplay that defines the human experience. As we stand at the intersection of environment and genetic expression, we recognize that our journey does not end here. It merely evolves. The insights gleaned from our understanding of how surroundings influence our biology now pave the way for groundbreaking advancements in genetic engineering. What if we could take the lessons of nature and nurture and apply them with precision through technology? In the next chapter, we will delve into the transformative potential of CRISPR and other innovations that promise to redefine what it means to be human. Together, we will explore the ethical landscapes that accompany these advancements, contemplating not only the possibilities, but also the responsibilities that come with altering the very fabric of our existence. The future beckons with questions that challenge our perceptions of identity and potential. And it is here that our exploration truly begins. Chapter 7. Genetic Engineering, Redefining Human Potential. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted landscape, a realm where the boundaries of human potential are being redefined. This is the landscape of genetic engineering, a field that straddles the line between science fiction and reality. Genetic determinism, often viewed through the lens of myths, suggests that our genes dictate the entirety of our existence, from our behaviors to our destinies. Yet, modern science reveals a more nuanced reality. While our genes do influence many aspects of who we are, they do not solely define us. Instead, they interact dynamically with our environment, experiences, and choices, creating a rich tapestry of human experience. Consider the words of the geneticist and author Brian Sykes, who once remarked, "Our genes are like a book. We can't change the words, but we can change the story." This perspective opens the door to the possibilities of genetic modification, where we can begin to rewrite parts of our biological narrative. Beneath the surface, a powerful tool known as CRISPR has emerged, revolutionizing our ability to edit genes with precision. CRISPR, short for clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats, is akin to a pair of molecular scissors, allowing scientists to cut and paste segments of DNA. Imagine being able to remove a harmful genetic mutation, much like editing a typo from a manuscript. This technology has ushered in advancements that were once the stuff of dreams, enabling the modification of genes linked to hereditary diseases, potentially eradicating conditions that have plagued humanity for generations. Research teams around the globe are exploring the capabilities of CRISPR as they delve into its applications in curing genetic disorders such as cystic fibrosis and sickle cell disease. The excitement surrounding these developments is palpable, yet it is accompanied by a ripple of ethical considerations. As we venture further into the realm of genetic enhancements, questions arise about the implications of such power. What does it mean to alter the genetic makeup of future generations? Consider the potential for creating, quote, designer babies, individuals with traits meticulously selected by their parents. While the allure of enhanced intelligence, physical ability, or resilience is enticing, it also raises profound ethical dilemmas. Renowned philosopher and bioethicist Julian Savulescu has stated, "We have a moral obligation to improve our children, but at what cost?" The risks of pursuing genetic enhancements cannot be overlooked. The potential for unintended consequences looms large, as altering one gene could inadvertently affect others, leading to unforeseen health issues. Additionally, the specter of inequality may rear its head, where only those with the means can access genetic modifications, thus widening the gap between socioeconomic classes. As we ponder the future of humanity in a genetically engineered world, we must ask ourselves how we will navigate these uncharted waters. Imagine a society where genetic modifications are commonplace. How would our understanding of what it means to be human shift? Would we still celebrate the unique tapestry of genetic diversity that has shaped our species, or would we begin to see conformity as the ideal? The landscape of genetic engineering holds both promise and peril. The potential benefits are vast, curing diseases, enhancing physical and cognitive abilities, and even extending human life. However, with each advancement comes the responsibility to tread carefully, to consider the ethical implications and the societal impacts of our choices. As we stand on the brink of this new era, we are called to reflect on our values and the essence of humanity. The journey into genetic engineering is not merely a scientific endeavor. It is a profound exploration of our identity and our future. In this evolving narrative, we have the power to shape our destiny, but we must do so with wisdom and compassion. With each discovery, we are reminded of the delicate balance between innovation and ethics. We are at a crossroads, where the potential to redefine human existence lies within our grasp. As we look ahead, we must embrace the opportunity to create a world that reflects our highest ideals, where the advancements of genetic engineering serve to uplift and unite, rather than divide and diminish. In this moment of possibility, let us imagine a future where our genetic legacy becomes a source of strength, a foundation for a society that values diversity and the richness of human experience. The path forward may be uncertain, but it is also filled with hope, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration that defines what it means to be human. At the heart of this exploration lies the concept of genetic determinism, a notion that has long sparked debate within scientific circles and beyond. Some believe that our genes are the primary architects of our destinies, dictating not only our physical attributes, but also our behaviors, preferences, and even our fate. Yet, as we delve deeper into the intricate web of genetics, we uncover a more nuanced reality. The interplay between genes and environment paints a richer picture, one where our genetic potential is constantly shaped and reshaped by the experiences we encounter. Imagine a symphony where each instrument contributes to a harmonious whole, yet each note is influenced by the conductor's guidance and the musician's interpretations. This is akin to the relationship between our genetic makeup and the environment. A quote from the eminent geneticist James Watson highlights this complexity. "Our genes are a blueprint, but the environment builds the house." This metaphor resonates deeply as we consider how factors such as upbringing, education, and social interactions can significantly influence our genetic expression. As we stand on the threshold of sophisticated genetic modifications, the technology of CRISPR emerges as a beacon of possibility. This powerful tool allows scientists to edit genes with unprecedented precision, enabling the alteration of DNA sequences to correct genetic disorders or enhance desirable traits. Picture a painter holding a fine brush, able to touch up the canvas of life, selecting the colors that will create a masterpiece. With CRISPR, we can envision a world where genetic diseases could be eradicated, where conditions like cystic fibrosis or sickle cell anemia could become relics of the past. Yet, with such power comes a weighty responsibility. What happens when the lines between healing and enhancement blur? As we ponder this question, we must confront the ethical implications of our choices. Are we prepared to decide which traits are deemed desirable and which are not? The philosopher Julian Savulescu once remarked, "It is not just that we can enhance ourselves, it is that we ought to." This raises profound questions about the moral obligation we have to utilize genetic engineering for the greater good. As we explore the potential benefits of altering human genetics, we must also consider the risks that accompany such advancements. The prospect of genetically enhanced humans could lead to a new form of inequality, where those who can afford genetic modifications gain advantages over others. This reality evokes images of a future where a divide emerges, a world split between the genetically privileged and those left behind. What would our society look like if the pursuit of perfection became a commodity? Imagine a playground where some children can leap higher, think faster, and learn more efficiently than others. The implications of such disparities could ripple through generations, altering our social structures and reshaping our values. The essence of human connection, which thrives on empathy and understanding, could become overshadowed by a relentless pursuit of superiority. As we navigate these ethical landscapes, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment in history. Our ability to manipulate the very fabric of life calls for a collective introspection. How do we define humanity when we possess the means to redesign it? Are we ready to embrace a world where genetic enhancements redefine our capabilities? The answers to these questions will not only shape our future, but also define the legacy we leave behind. The potential for genetic engineering to elevate human existence is vast, yet it beckons us to tread carefully. Consider the promise of eradicating hereditary diseases, enhancing cognitive abilities, or even prolonging life itself. Each of these possibilities offers a glimpse into a future where our limitations may no longer bind us. The prospect of increased intelligence or physical prowess ignites a spark of imagination. What if we could harness the full potential of our minds? What if we could unlock the secrets to longevity, extending our years in health and vitality? But in this vision of the future, we must not lose sight of the core values that define us as a species. As we embark on this journey, we must strive to ensure that advancements in genetic engineering are pursued with integrity and compassion. The challenge lies in balancing the innovative spirit of scientific exploration with a commitment to ethical stewardship. In contemplating the future of humanity in a genetically engineered world, we are reminded of the powerful words of geneticist George Church. We are not just changing ourselves, we are changing our descendants. The implications of our choices today will resonate through generations to come, weaving a complex narrative that will shape the very essence of what it means to be human. As we imagine the possibilities, let us envision a society where genetic engineering fosters collaboration rather than competition, where the collective good prevails over individual gain. This requires a commitment to inclusivity, ensuring access to advancements for all, regardless of socioeconomic status. What if we could create a world where the benefits of genetic engineering are shared, where every individual has the opportunity to thrive? The future does not have to be a battleground of genetic disparities. Instead, it can be a canvas of opportunity, where diverse genetic backgrounds are celebrated and leveraged to create a more resilient society. With every advancement, we can choose to cultivate a culture of empathy and understanding, one that values the contributions of every individual, regardless of their genetic enhancements. As we reflect on the journey ahead, we are called to embrace the potential of genetic engineering with both excitement and caution. The path is illuminated by the promise of healing and enhancement, yet we must remain vigilant in considering the ethical dilemmas that arise. Our choices today will echo through time, shaping the legacy of humanity and defining our place in the tapestry of life. In each moment of discovery, we hold the power to mold our future. As we stand at this crossroads, let us remember the words of the renowned geneticist Francis Collins. We are just beginning to scratch the surface of what is possible with genetic science. The potential to redefine human existence lies before us, awaiting our thoughtful deliberation and resolute action. Together, we can navigate the intricate pathways of genetic engineering, forging a future that reflects our highest ideals. As we embark on this grand adventure, let us be guided by the values of compassion, equity, and a shared commitment to the greater good. The journey into this brave new world is not merely about what we can do, but about who we choose to become. As we stand on the threshold of genetic engineering's profound possibilities, we are compelled to consider not only the enhancement of our lives, but also the very nature of life itself. The potential to redefine human existence extends into the quest for longevity, where the genetic basis of aging beckons us to explore the delicate interplay between our biology and the desire for extended vitality. What choices will we make as we delve deeper into the science of lifespan? And how will these decisions shape the fabric of our society? As we journey into the next chapter, we will unravel the mysteries of aging and the research that promises to unlock the secrets to a longer, healthier future, prompting us to reflect on the ethical and philosophical questions that accompany our pursuit of immortality. Chapter 8. The Quest for Immortality, Extending Life Through Genetics. The quest for immortality has fascinated humanity for centuries, weaving through the fabric of our myths, religions, and scientific inquiries. As we delve into the interplay between genetics and longevity, we find ourselves at the crossroads, where culture and biology converge. Memes, those units of cultural transmission, can be seen as extensions of our genetic influence, intricately shaping our beliefs about life, death, and what it means to be truly alive. Imagine how the stories we tell and the values we share influence our collective understanding of aging and immortality. The genetic basis of aging is a complex tapestry, interwoven with countless threads of DNA that dictate our biological processes. Scientists have identified several key genes that play significant roles in determining lifespan. For instance, genes associated with the regulation of cellular repair processes, such as the SIRT genes that are linked to longevity in various organisms, show promising potential. They act like guardians of our cells, helping to maintain their integrity and function. As we ponder the nature of these genes, we might ask ourselves, what if we could enhance these natural processes? Could we extend life through targeted genetic manipulation? Current research is unveiling a fascinating landscape of genes that influence lifespan. Studies on model organisms, like the roundworm Caenorhabditis elegans and the fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster, have provided valuable insights into the biological mechanisms of aging. In these tiny beings, researchers have observed that certain genetic pathways can be altered to significantly increase lifespan. For example, the insulin signaling pathway is one such target, with modifications resulting in enhanced longevity. The implications of this research extend beyond the laboratory, sparking a dialogue about the potential for similar interventions in humans. What if we could harness the power of these genes to not only extend life, but improve its quality? As we explore the societal implications of extending human life, we must confront a myriad of questions. What would it mean for our healthcare systems, our economies, and our social structures if life expectancy were to rise dramatically? Imagine a world where people live well into their second century, participating in the workforce longer, contributing their wisdom and experience. Would this be a boon for society? Or would it strain our resources and redefine our understanding of retirement and aging? Philosophical questions surrounding immortality and genetic manipulation challenge the very essence of what it means to live a fulfilling life. As we contemplate the prospect of living for centuries, we might wonder, what is the value of life if it stretches on indefinitely? Philosopher Albert Camus once remarked, "The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." If we were to conquer aging, would we lose the urgency that gives life its richness? Would the pursuit of meaning become overshadowed by the infinite nature of existence? The interplay of genetics and culture in shaping our beliefs about immortality invites us to reflect on how these narratives influence our choices. The idea of extending life through genetics is not merely a scientific endeavor, but a cultural one, as it draws upon our deep-seated desires and fears. As we navigate this complex landscape, we must consider how our understanding of life and death evolves in tandem with our scientific advancements. The quest for immortality is not solely a pursuit of longer life. It is also about enhancing the quality of our existence. Researchers are examining how genetic interventions might not only extend lifespan, but also delay the onset of age-related diseases. Imagine a future where conditions like Alzheimer's or heart disease are not inevitable companions of aging, but rather obstacles we can overcome. The potential here is vast and exhilarating, beckoning us to envision a world where aging is a gentle transition rather than a steep decline. As we continue to probe the depths of our genetic makeup, the promise of extending life through genetics shines like a beacon. Each discovery unfurls new possibilities, revealing the intricate dance between our biology and the stories we tell ourselves. The pursuit of understanding the genetics of aging is a journey that intertwines hope with ethical considerations, urging us to tread carefully as we explore the boundaries of human potential. The societal implications of such advancements are profound. A world where people live longer and healthier lives would inevitably reshape our demographics. Communities might thrive with the wisdom of elders who contribute to society for decades longer. However, these changes could also lead to challenges in resource allocation, healthcare, and intergenerational dynamics. How will we navigate the balance between nurturing life and ensuring that our planet can sustain this extended existence? Philosophically, the questions surrounding immortality provoke deep reflection. Would a longer life grant us more opportunities for joy, or would it compound our struggles? The concept of immortality invites us to ponder the significance of time itself. Would we cherish our experiences more if we knew they were finite? As the poet John Keats once mused, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." Would the beauty of life lose its luster if it were unending? As we stand on the brink of scientific breakthroughs, the dialogue surrounding genetics and longevity is richer than ever. The interplay of culture, ethics, and biology composes a narrative that resonates through our collective consciousness. In this exploration, we find ourselves not merely as passive observers, but as active participants in shaping our future. The quest for immortality through genetics is not a distant fantasy, but a reality unfolding before our eyes. With each discovery, we inch closer to understanding the delicate balance of life itself. As we move forward, The stories we share and the values we hold will guide us in navigating this uncharted territory. Imagine a world not only where life is extended but enriched, where each moment brims with purpose and connection. Such a vision compels us to consider how we can use our knowledge to not only live longer, but to live well. What lies ahead is a journey filled with possibilities, beckoning us to embrace the profound implications of our genetic legacy. As we delve deeper into the science of aging and longevity, we find ourselves weaving a new tapestry of existence, one thread at a time. In this quest for understanding, we are reminded of the words of the renowned geneticist George Church, who stated, "These are the kinds of things that can be improved, and that's what we're trying to do." With each advancement, we approach a future where the mysteries of life and death are not merely accepted, but explored, celebrated, and perhaps redefined. The interplay of genetics and longevity invites us to envision a future where the parameters of our existence are stretched and our understanding of what it means to be human is forever transformed. As we reflect on the cultural evolution of our thoughts regarding immortality, we realize that the journey is as significant as the destination. Each advance in genetics, each philosophical inquiry, brings us closer to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. What stories will we tell as we navigate this intricate dance between science and philosophy? What legacies will we leave for future generations? The quest for immortality through genetics is not merely about extending life. It is about enriching the human experience, exploring the very essence of what it means to be alive. It is a journey that challenges us to confront our fears and aspirations, inviting us into a dialogue that transcends the boundaries of science and culture. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of aging, let us embrace the beauty of this exploration, for it is in the quest itself that we discover the essence of our humanity. The genetic basis of aging reveals a complex tapestry woven with countless threads of molecular interactions. Every cell in our body carries the story of our genetic heritage, yet it is also a narrative shaped by the passage of time. Imagine, for a moment, the intricate dance of molecules as they orchestrate the symphony of life, where genes act as both conductors and musicians, creating harmonies that determine our longevity. The science of aging is deeply rooted in our understanding of telomeres, those protective caps at the ends of chromosomes that shorten with each cell division. Think of them as the ageless guardians of our genetic information, tirelessly working to maintain cellular integrity. As the distinguished biologist Elizabeth Blackburn noted, our telomeres are like the plastic tips on shoelaces. They protect the ends from fraying. As we age, these telomeres become shorter, leading to cellular senescence, a state where cells lose their ability to divide. This process is a vital player in the grand narrative of aging, where the gradual decline in cellular function mirrors the story of our own lives. Current research on genes that influence lifespan is thriving, revealing a treasure trove of insights that could reshape our understanding of health and longevity. Scientists are exploring various genetic pathways, such as the sirtuin family of proteins, which play a critical role in regulating cellular health and metabolism. Imagine the potential when we harness the power of these proteins to combat age-related diseases. As the Nobel laureate Brian Kobielka expressed, we have only begun to scratch the surface of understanding the intricate signaling pathways that control life itself. The exploration of such genes not only illuminates the biological mechanisms of aging, but also opens doors to innovative therapeutic interventions. Yet, as we navigate this fascinating terrain, we must confront the societal implications of extending human life. What would it mean for our communities, our economies, and our very way of life if the average lifespan were to stretch significantly? The question lingers like a soft echo in the vast expanse of human experience. Would we see a renaissance of creativity and wisdom, or would we be faced with the challenges of overpopulation and resource allocation? The philosopher Hans Jonas once remarked, The quest for immortality is a quest for the very meaning of life itself. This profound statement invites us to consider how the extension of life might alter our values and priorities. As we ponder these implications, we must also delve into the philosophical questions surrounding immortality and genetic manipulation. What does it mean to live a good life? If we had the power to engineer our own longevity, would we lose the essence of what it means to be human? The concept of mortality has long been a cornerstone of human existence, shaping our relationships, our aspirations, and our drive to leave a legacy. Imagine, if you will, a world where the boundaries of life and death are blurred. Would our experiences still hold the same weight, or would the fleeting nature of existence lose its significance? The dialogue surrounding immortality is not merely academic. It touches the very core of our humanity. As we strive to extend life through genetics, we must also cultivate a deeper understanding of the life we wish to extend. Will we prioritize quality over quantity, or shall we risk becoming prisoners of our own ambitions? These questions linger in the air like a gentle breeze, nudging us to reflect on our values and the narratives we weave. In this quest for immortality, we find ourselves at the intersection of science, ethics, and philosophy, each illuminating different facets of the same profound truth, the desire to live fully and meaningfully. As we continue to explore the genetic underpinnings of aging, let us remain mindful of the stories we tell, the legacies we create, and the lives we touch along the way. The journey is rich with potential, and each step forward invites us to embrace the mystery and wonder of existence. What will we discover next in this intricate dance with our genetic legacy? What new horizons will we unveil as we strive to extend not just life, but the very essence of what it means to be alive? As we contemplate the profound implications of extending life through genetics, we find ourselves not only re-examining our values, but also questioning the very fabric of our social interactions. The interplay between our genetic makeup and our behaviors invites us to explore whether our instincts lean more towards cooperation or competition in the face of an extended existence. With this in mind, we turn our focus to the intricate ways in which our genes influence social dynamics, shaping the balance between altruism and self-interest. What motivates us to connect or to distance ourselves from one another? In the upcoming chapter, we will delve into the genetic predispositions that govern our social behavior, uncovering the underlying forces that mold our communities and relationships. Join us as we navigate this uncharted territory, where the essence of human interaction is intricately tied to our genetic legacy. Chapter 9. Genes and Social Behavior, Cooperation or Competition? In the intricate tapestry of life, the threads of genetics weave a complex narrative that influences the very essence of our social interactions. The interplay between genes and behavior raises profound questions about the nature of free will and the ethics surrounding genetic manipulation. As we ponder these concepts, we must ask ourselves, to what extent do our genes dictate our choices, and how does this understanding shape our moral compass? Imagine a world where our every decision is influenced, if not predetermined, by our genetic makeup. The notion of genetic determinism suggests that our actions are intricately linked to our DNA, leaving us to wonder about the authenticity of our free will. While some may argue that our genes dictate our fates, many scientists advocate for a more nuanced view, recognizing the dialogue between genetics and environment. As the biologist and philosopher Richard Dawkins once noted, we are survival machines, robot vehicles blindly programmed to preserve the selfish molecules known as genes. Yet amidst this genetic programming, do we not also possess the capacity for choice? The examination of genetic influences on social interactions reveals a delicate balance between altruism and selfishness. Altruism, the selfless concern for the well-being of others, often seems at odds with the inherent drive for self-preservation. Yet, upon closer inspection, these two forces may not be as mutually exclusive as they appear. Evolutionary biologist E.O. Wilson posited that altruism is not a single, isolated behavior, but rather a complex suite of behaviors that can promote both individual and group survival. As we delve deeper into human behavior, we uncover the fascinating case studies that illuminate genetic predispositions to cooperation. One notable example involves the oxytocin receptor gene, which has been linked to social bonding and trust. Individuals with specific variations of this gene may exhibit greater tendencies toward cooperative behavior. Imagine a community where trust flows freely, where cooperation thrives and relationships blossom effortlessly. In such environments, the resonance of our genetic makeup harmonizes with our desire for connection. Furthermore, we cannot overlook the role of genetic factors in shaping social structures and hierarchies. The genetic predisposition toward certain behaviors can influence the dynamics within groups. Take, for instance, the intricate social systems of primates like chimpanzees, where genetic traits can dictate leadership roles and alliances. These behaviors echo in our own societies, reflecting a hierarchy that may arise not solely from environmental factors, but from deep-rooted genetic influences. As we explore these themes, it is essential to consider the ethical implications of genetic manipulation. The power to alter our genetic code poses profound questions about the essence of humanity and the integrity of free will. If we begin to engineer traits for cooperation or altruism, do we risk stripping away the authenticity of our human experience? The philosopher Jürgen Habermas cautioned against the potential pitfalls of genetic engineering, warning that it could lead to a, quote, colonization of the life world, where genuine human experiences are overshadowed by engineered traits. To envision the future, we must grapple with these ethical dilemmas while recognizing the beauty of our genetic diversity. Our genes do not solely define us. They provide a canvas upon which our experiences, choices, and interactions paint the portrait of our lives. As we navigate the complexities of cooperation and competition, let us embrace the intricate interplay between our genetic predispositions and the profound capacity for empathy and connection that lies within us all. In reflecting upon the balance between altruism and selfishness, one must consider the evolutionary advantage of cooperative behavior. Groups that work together often flourish, sharing resources and supporting one another in times of need. This cooperative spirit can lead to a greater survival rate for the community as a whole, reinforcing the idea that our genes may indeed favor collaboration. The stories of outstanding individuals in the realm of social behavior offer further insight into this dynamic. Consider the work of Frans de Waal, a primatologist whose research on empathy in animals highlights the innate capacity for cooperation. He eloquently stated, "It is the capacity for empathy that makes us human." His observations of primates demonstrate that the roots of cooperation run deep, suggesting that our genetic heritage may be rich with the potential for altruism. As we imagine the vast landscapes of human interaction, we can visualize the myriad ways in which genetic factors influence our social structures. Picture a thriving ecosystem where the cooperation of its members leads to a flourishing community. The social hierarchies that emerge are not simply products of competition, but rather reflections of genetic predispositions that guide behavior. The intricate dance between competition and cooperation continues to evolve, revealing the layers of complexity within our genetic makeup. Each interaction we engage in is a testament to this delicate balance, where the drive for self-interest intersects with the yearning for connection. In this exploration of genes and social behavior, we find ourselves at the crossroads of science and philosophy, ethics and emotion. The journey through our genetic landscape is not merely an academic pursuit. It is a deeply human endeavor that invites us to reflect on our own choices, our connections, and the legacies we create. As we pause to absorb these concepts, let us consider how the understanding of our genetic influences can enlighten our relationships and communities. What if we embrace the genetic threads that bind us, recognizing that we are not just products of our DNA, but participants in a larger narrative of cooperation and empathy. With each revelation, we step closer to a more profound understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The interplay of genes and behavior unfolds like a beautiful tapestry, woven with the colors of cooperation, competition, altruism, and selfishness. As we journey through this exploration, we open ourselves to the boundless possibilities that lie ahead, where the wisdom of our genetic legacy guides us toward a future shaped by both our shared humanity and our unique individualities. In this delicate balance, we find the essence of what it means to be human, a blend of instinct and intention, shaped by the very genes that define us. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of our genetic heritage, we embrace the intricate dance of cooperation and competition, finding solace in the knowledge that we are all connected in this intricate web of life. As we delve deeper into the relationship between genetics and social behavior, we encounter the ethical dimensions of genetic manipulation. The questions that arise are profound and multifaceted. What does it mean to alter the very fabric of our being? Are we enhancing our potential, or are we undermining the essence of our humanity? Imagine standing at the precipice of a new era, where the boundaries of genetics expand dramatically. The advances we make today may redefine what it means to be human. As geneticists explore the possibilities of altering genes to promote cooperation and reduce conflict, we must tread thoughtfully. The renowned geneticist Jennifer Doudna, who co-invented CRISPR technology, once said, "We are standing at the dawn of a new era of science, one that could change the world." But as we navigate this new landscape, we must weigh the potential for both good and harm. The ethical considerations surrounding genetic manipulation frequently provoke a sense of unease. In our quest for enhanced cooperation, are we risking the very diversity that makes our species resilient? Genetic diversity is essential for the survival of populations, as it fosters the ability to adapt to changing environments. Consider the example of honeybees, whose varied genetic makeup allows them to withstand diseases and environmental pressures. If we begin to engineer traits for cooperation, will we inadvertently narrow the genetic pool, making us more susceptible to unforeseen challenges? In examining the balance between altruism and selfishness, we find that genes play a significant role in shaping our propensity to cooperate. Some studies suggest that individuals with certain variations in the gene known as AVPR1A are more likely to engage in pro-social behaviors, such as sharing and helping others. This gene influences the vasopressin hormone, which is associated with social bonding and attachment. As we reflect on this, we might ask ourselves, how does our genetic predisposition influence our day-to-day interactions? Are we, at our core, wired for connection? The case studies of genetic predispositions to cooperation illuminate the intricate tapestry of our social fabric. One compelling example comes from the field of primatology, where researchers have observed remarkable instances of altruistic behavior among chimpanzees. When faced with a choice to assist a fellow chimp in distress, those with certain genetic markers were more inclined to help. This observation raises a tantalizing question. Is our capacity for empathy and cooperation an evolutionary advantage that has been etched into our very DNA? As we ponder these genetic underpinnings, it is essential to recognize that while genetics lays the groundwork for social behavior, the environment also plays a pivotal role. The interplay of genes and environment shapes not only individual behavior, but also collective social structures. Imagine a garden where the genetic seeds are sown, but the conditions, sunlight, water, and soil, determine how those seeds flourish. Just as every plant thrives differently based on its surroundings, so too do our genes express themselves in the context of our social environments. The dynamics of social structures and hierarchies can further be understood through the lens of genetic influences. In many species, the formation of social hierarchies is not merely a consequence of competition, but a complex interplay of genetic predispositions. For instance, in wolf packs, alpha individuals often possess unique genetic traits that promote leadership and cooperation within the group. This intricate balance of power and support within social structures prompts us to reflect. How do we navigate our own social hierarchies? Are we aware of the roles we play and how our genetic heritage influences our interactions? As we contemplate these profound questions, we may find solace in the thought that understanding our genetic influences may lead us to greater compassion and empathy. The genetic threads that intertwine our lives remind us that we are not isolated beings, but rather part of a larger community, bound by our shared experiences and struggles. In the words of the biologist E.O. Wilson, we are the product of a long and complex evolutionary history, and we have the power to change our future. As we embrace this notion, we can cultivate a sense of responsibility for how we wield our understanding of genetics. In doing so, we may foster environments that promote cooperation, empathy, and social harmony. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of our genetic makeup, let us remain mindful of the delicate balance between cooperation and competition. Each revelation we encounter is an invitation to reflect on our own roles in the intricate dance of social behavior. The stories of our ancestors, the lessons learned from nature, and the science that guides us all weave together in a grand tapestry that tells the story of who we are and who we might yet become. As we move forward in this exploration, let us nurture the seeds of cooperation within ourselves and our communities, recognizing that together we can create a world that honors the complexity of our genetic legacy while celebrating the beauty of our shared humanity. What new horizons await us as we stand united, embracing the intricate interplay of genes and social behavior? The answers may lie not just in our DNA, but in the connections we forge and the choices we make every day. As we reflect on the intricate relationship between our genetic predispositions and social behaviors, we are reminded that the choices we make today shape not only our individual identities, but also the collective future of humanity. This understanding beckons us to embrace our genetic legacy with both humility and responsibility, recognizing the profound impact it has on our culture and identity. With each new insight, we stand at the threshold of a transformative era, where the implications of genetic research extend far beyond the laboratory and into the very fabric of our society. As we venture into the next chapter, we will explore how this awareness can guide us in navigating our shared genetic heritage and illuminate the path toward a more harmonious future. What possibilities lie ahead as we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and each other? The journey is just beginning. Chapter 10. Embracing Our Genetic Legacy, the Future of Humanity. As we stand on the precipice of a new era, the horizon of our genetic legacy beckons with promise and possibility. Imagine a world where the constraints of our genetic makeup are not barriers but stepping stones, leading us to a future where we can shape our destinies with intention and insight. Breaking free from genetic constraints is not a distant dream. It is a journey that has already begun. The insights gained from our understanding of genetics have illuminated the intricate tapestry of existence. We have come to appreciate that our genetic code is not merely a sequence of letters, but a narrative that unfolds over generations. It is a story woven through time, connecting us to our ancestors and offering clues to our place in the world. This understanding encourages us to reflect on who we are, as individuals and as a collective. As we delve deeper into the implications of genetics, we realize its profound impact on identity and culture. Our genes carry within them the echoes of our heritage, influencing not only our physical traits, but also our personalities, beliefs, and values. Picture a family gathering, where laughter and stories intertwine, revealing shared traits and quirks that span generations. These genetic threads bind us together, shaping our identities in ways that are often unspoken yet deeply felt. Yet, as we embrace our genetic legacy, we must also confront the complexities it brings. The interplay of genetics and culture creates a rich landscape of diversity, where variations in genes contribute to the vibrant mosaic of human experience. Consider the words of the renowned geneticist Francis Collins, who once said, "The human genome is a great unifying thread that connects all of us." This unity, however, must be navigated with care, as it can lead to both celebration and division. Looking to the future, the directions of genetic research hold immense promise and responsibility. As we unlock the secrets of the genome, we find ourselves at a crossroads. The potential for advancements in health, agriculture, and even environmental restoration lies before us. Yet each discovery brings ethical dilemmas that challenge our moral compass. What does it mean to alter the genetic makeup of future generations? How do we ensure that these advancements benefit humanity as a whole, rather than a select few? Awareness is key in navigating our genetic legacy. It requires an understanding of both the capabilities and limitations of genetic science. Imagine standing in a forest, surrounded by towering trees, each representing a potential pathway of discovery. Some paths may lead to breakthroughs that enhance our lives, while others may veer into dangerous territories. Being informed allows us to choose wisely, fostering a society that embraces its genetic heritage, while also advocating for equity and justice. The societal implications of our genetic understanding are vast. As we learn more about the human genome, we find that our biology is intertwined with our lived experiences. The realization that genetics can influence health outcomes, susceptibility to diseases, and even access to resources raises critical questions about fairness and opportunity. How do we ensure that the benefits of genetic research are accessible to all? How can we create a society where our genetic legacy is celebrated rather than stigmatized? In this journey of discovery, it is essential to remember that the power of genetics does not lie solely in the laboratory or the clinic. It resides in our communities, our conversations, and our shared experiences. Imagine a world where each individual feels empowered to explore their genetic heritage, to understand their place in the broader narrative of humanity. This awareness fosters a sense of belonging, a recognition that we are all part of a larger story that transcends borders and differences. As we peer into the future, the possibilities are both exhilarating and daunting. The advancements in genetic research continue to accelerate, with each breakthrough opening new avenues for exploration. We are on the cusp of a revolution that could redefine what it means to be human. With the power to edit our genomes and enhance our capabilities, we must tread carefully, balancing innovation with ethical considerations. In this new landscape, the importance of dialogue cannot be overstated. Conversations about genetics must encompass diverse perspectives, ensuring that all voices are heard. Imagine a round table where scientists, ethicists, policymakers, and community leaders come together to discuss the implications of genetic advancements. This collaborative approach fosters understanding and helps us navigate the complexities of our genetic legacy with wisdom. The future of humanity lies in our ability to embrace our genetic legacy while also forging new pathways for growth and understanding. As we stand at this intersection of science and society, let us carry forward the lessons learned from our exploration of genetics. The stories of those who came before us, the insights gleaned from research, and the shared experiences of our communities will guide us as we move forward. As we cultivate awareness and engage in meaningful conversations, we can harness the power of genetics to create a future that reflects our shared values and aspirations. Together, we can build a world where our genetic legacy is not a source of division, but a wellspring of connection, compassion, and creativity. The journey ahead is filled with potential, and it invites us to embrace our role as stewards of our genetic heritage. As we step into this new chapter, let us do so with open hearts and minds, ready to explore the boundless possibilities that await us. As we glimpse into the future, the potential of genetic understanding expands beyond mere manipulation or enhancement. It invites us to reflect on the very essence of our identities and cultures. Each strand of DNA carries not just the instructions for our biological functions, but also echoes the stories of our ancestors, the triumphs and tribulations that have shaped who we are today. Imagine the threads of history woven into the fabric of our genes, uniting us across time and space. The impact of genetics on identity is profound. As we explore our genetic makeup, we uncover not only the biological markers of our ancestry, but also the cultural narratives entwined within. For instance, the Human Genome Project unveiled a universal truth: we are more alike than different. This revelation encourages us to look beyond superficial differences and embrace a shared humanity. As the renowned geneticist Svante Pääbo once stated, "We are not just the product of our genes, we are the product of our history." This understanding prompts us to contemplate how our genetic legacy influences not only our personal identities, but also the cultures we belong to. Imagine a world where genetic knowledge fosters a deeper appreciation for diversity. Communities could celebrate their unique heritages while recognizing the interconnectedness of all human experiences. This cultural evolution, rooted in genetic understanding, could shift our perspective on heritage from one of division to one of unity. As we learn more about how genetics shapes our identities, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that have long separated us. The future of genetic research holds promise for advancing our understanding of human behavior and social structures. With every breakthrough, we inch closer to unraveling the intricate web of genetics and its influence on our lives. Could it be that our genetic predispositions guide not only our individual paths, but also the collective journey of humanity? As we ponder this, we must remain cognizant of the ethical ramifications of our discoveries. As we venture further into the realms of genetic science, we must consider the implications of our findings. The ability to identify genetic predispositions to certain behaviors or health conditions opens new avenues for intervention and support. Yet, it also raises questions about determinism and free will. Are we simply products of our genes, or do we have the agency to forge our own destinies? This philosophical inquiry invites us to explore the delicate balance between genetic influence and personal choice. Imagine a society where individuals are empowered with knowledge about their genetic makeup, allowing them to make informed decisions about their health and well-being. This awareness could lead to a more proactive approach to healthcare, where prevention takes precedence over treatment. The potential for personalized medicine, tailored to the unique genetic profiles of individuals, could transform how we approach illness and wellness. As we embrace this future, we must also be vigilant in ensuring equitable access to these advancements. The societal implications of genetic research extend beyond healthcare. Understanding the genetic basis of social behavior could illuminate the roots of cooperation and competition among individuals and groups. What if we could harness the power of our genetic heritage to foster collaboration rather than conflict? The potential for genetic insights to inform policies and practices that promote social harmony is immense. In this light, we are called to reflect on the importance of awareness in navigating our genetic legacy. As we delve into the complexities of our genetic makeup, we must cultivate a sense of responsibility toward one another and the world we inhabit. The stories of our genes are intertwined with the stories of our communities. It becomes imperative to engage in conversations that prioritize ethical considerations, inclusivity, and respect for the varied narratives that shape our collective existence. Imagine communities coming together to celebrate their shared genetic narratives while honoring their unique differences. This vision can only be realized through open dialogue and education, as we strive to demystify genetics and its implications. As we foster a culture of awareness, we empower individuals to embrace their genetic heritage and its potential for positive change. As we look ahead, the role of geneticists, ethicists, and community leaders becomes increasingly vital. Together, they can help guide society through the uncharted waters of genetic advancements, ensuring that progress is accompanied by ethical foresight and cultural sensitivity. The future of humanity depends on our capacity to bridge the gap between science and society, allowing us to harness the insights of genetics to enhance our lives without compromising our shared values. As we embrace our genetic legacy, let us remember that our journey is not solitary. We are part of a larger tapestry of life, woven together by the threads of our shared humanity. Each discovery we make, each conversation we engage in, contributes to the rich narrative of our existence. In this ever-evolving story, we have the power to shape the future of humanity guided by the wisdom of our past and the possibilities of our present. The horizon of genetic research is illuminated by the potential to create a more compassionate and connected world. As we navigate this landscape, let us do so with curiosity and humility, seeking to understand the intricacies of our genetic legacy while embracing the beautiful diversity that makes us human. In this embrace lies the promise of a future where science and humanity walk hand in hand toward a brighter tomorrow. Each step we take is an invitation to explore the depths of our genetic heritage, ready to unlock the doors to our shared destiny. As we stand at the intersection of genetic discovery and human connection, we are reminded that our shared legacy invites us to foster unity in diversity. The journey we embark on is not merely one of scientific exploration, but a profound commitment to understanding and celebrating the intricate tapestry of our collective existence. With each revelation, we have the opportunity to weave stronger bonds within our communities, embracing the rich narratives that shape us all. As we move forward, let us carry with us the knowledge that our genetic heritage is a powerful catalyst for compassion, guiding us toward a future where empathy and innovation coexist harmoniously. Together, we can transform our understanding of genetics into a beacon of hope, illuminating the path toward a more inclusive and interconnected world.